21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Secularism. Acknowledging the shadow. Secularism should not be equated the Stalinist dogmatism with the bitter fruit of Western imperialism and runaway industrialization. Yet, it cannot shrink all responsibility for them either. Secular movement and scientific institutions have mesmerized billions with promise to perfect humanity and to utilize the boundary of planet Earth for the benefit for our species. Such promise results not just overcoming plague and famine, but also in gulags and melting ice caps. You might well argue that this is all the fault of people misunderstanding and distorting the core secular idea and the true aspect of science. As you are absolutely right, but this is a common problem for all influential movements. For example, Christianity has been responsibility for great crimes such as Inquisition, the Crusades, the oppression of native culture across the world, and the disempowerment of women. The Christian might take offense at this and retort that all of this crime resulted from a complete misunderstanding of Christianity. Jesus preached only love, and the Inquisition was based on a horrific distortion of his teachings. We can sympathize with this claim, but it would be a mistake to let Christianity off the hook so easily. Christians afforded by the Inquisition and by the Crusade cannot just wash their hands of these atrocities. They should rather ask themselves some very tough question. How exactly did their religion of love allow itself to be distorted in such a way, and not once but numerous times? Protestants who try to blame it World Catholic fanaticism are advised to read books about the behavior of Protestant colonists in Ireland or in North America. Similarly, Marxists should ask themselves what it was about the teaching of Marx that paved the way to the Gulag. Scientists should consider how the scientific project lent itself so easily to destabilizing the global ecosystem, and geneticists in particular should take warning from the way of Nazis hijacked Darwinian theories. Every religion, ideology, and creed has its shadow. Every religion, ideology, and creed has its shadow. And no matter what creed you follow, you should acknowledge your shadow and avoid the native reassurement that it cannot happen to us. Secular scientists has at least one big advantage over most traditional religions, namely that it's not inherently terrified by its shadow, and it's in the principle willing to admit its mistake and blind spot. It's in principle willing to admit its mistake and blind spot. If we believe in absolute truth revealed by a transcendent power, you cannot allow yourself to admit any error, for that would nullify your whole story. But if we believe in a quest for truth by fallible humans, admitting blunder is part of the game. This is also why undogmatic secular movements tend to make relatively modest promises, where of their imperfection they hope to effect small incremental changes, raising a minimum wage by a few dollars while reducing child mortality by a few percentage points. It's mark of dogmatic ideologists, and due to their excessive self-confidence, they routinely vow to impossible. Their leaders speak as too freely about eternity, purity, and redemption, as if by enacting some law, building some temple, and conquering some piece of territory, they will save the entire world in one grand gesture. As it comes to make the most important decision in the history of life, I personally would trust more in those who admit ignorance than those who claim infallibility. If you want your religion, ideology, or worldview to lead the world, my first question to you is, what was the biggest mistake your religion, ideology, or worldview committed? What did it get wrong? If you cannot come up with something serious, I for one, I would not trust you. If you cannot come to with something serious, I for one would not trust you.